The Chinese school, built in the year 1908. This was Canada's oldest Chinatown, is Canada's oldest Chinatown, and was its largest Chinatown. This is an active school, so Chinese Canadian kids will go here about 2 to 3 times a week to learn how to read and write in Chinese. So it's still a proper school. Directly ahead of us we can see the outline of the gorgeous gates of harmonious interest, welcoming visitors into the heart of Chinatown with all its beautiful little restaurants and shops. You can see 2 stone lions, or foo dogs as they're called, on either side of the gates of harmonious interest. We'll be driving between them and you'll see that kind of snarling at each other. These were a gift from our sister city, Suzhou in China, and they came accompanied by an ancient scroll saying that these 2 lions would come to life and roar should ever an honest politician pass between them. Remember, we're the capital city. We have 175 politicians about a half a mile from here. Peter's slowing right down so you can have a good look up Fantan Alley. See where all these umbrellas are on the left. Narrowest commercial street in Canada on the left. You can see, if you look down the alleyway, lots of shops. Oh, it's gated off for the night, or not yet? Yes, and that's Fantan Alley. Now, if any of you have ever seen a movie, romantic comedy adventure with Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn called Bird on a Wire, that was all filmed around here. Mel Gibson had a motorcycle chase down Fantan Alley and pursued by the police. So naturally, everyone in Victoria owns a copy of that movie. Oh my goodness, there's that. It's supposed to be some American city. Can't really hide Fantan Alley though, it's pretty distinct. As we come down to Store Street, we'll be making a left-hand turn, and one of the first things you'll notice is water. That is the ocean coming in deep into the heart of the city. So there was a reason that James Douglas chose this site to found Fort Victoria. It's this large protected harbor, and you can see there's the harbor, and still to this day we have shipyards on the other side of that bridge. And you can see on our left-hand side, beautiful Swans Hotel in the pale yellow. This is a very busy brew pub and restaurant, and they have live music there. You can see people already stopping by to get a bite to eat and have a few drinks. Look at what happens when you spend money and put a little bit of thought into your lovely old brick buildings of the historical town. It just really brings the whole place to life. And we have great plans for this big building next to us. It just acquired an owner after 35 years of sitting empty here, so we're hoping this big building next to us will also be like a Swans. Right now, you're looking at a bit of a construction zone. We're supposed to get a new bridge, and they already started taking apart the old bridge, which was a bit of a mistake because they haven't got enough money to make the big bridge yet. So half of the bridge has already been removed, and they're holding off on the other half. Now, so we no longer have rail coming into the city. You can see our tiny little train station, otherwise known as the Lego train station. So the train won't be coming into the city anymore, and we hope to get a bridge fairly soon. This blue bridge was constructed by the same man who built the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Ours, of course, not nearly as attractive, especially when it's been chopped in half. However, as we come along here, you can see beautiful views of the inner harbor. So see how we couldn't get your cruise ship in here? Just a little tight. And of course, you're getting to see a lot of people out. It's Friday night. Lots of young people are coming down into the town, especially along this street. This is Wharf Street, so lots of restaurants and nightclubs along here. Have a look on our left-hand side. It is Bastion Square, the oldest spot in Victoria, somewhat ruined by this modern art sculpture called 5 Tulips and a Canoe. I don't know why they put that there. That is the oldest spot in Victoria. This is where the first corners of Fort Victoria went up back in 1842. Oh, here comes a ferry. 2 ferries. This is the big ferry from Port Angeles. It's coming in. It's called the Coho. And it's coming, it will be docking in a matter of moments. And that is a vehicle ferry. So it's coming in loaded with cars and tourists from Washington State. And that large one over there with the Union Jack painted on it, that is the Clipper. And that goes to downtown Seattle. That's for passengers only. As we continue along Wharf, coming into view behind this beautiful rose-colored building on our right is a gorgeous set of stone buildings here, complete with green domes. This is our Parliament building. It's officially known as the Legislative Assembly, but nobody says that because there's too many S's in it. We all call it the Parliament buildings. The man in gold right on top is a statue of Captain George Vancouver, the one who circumnavigated the island and had it named after him. This beautiful building was constructed in the year 1898 by Francis Rattenbury, and earlier on we actually passed his own personal home, right where that little private school was and all the kids were running around. And I said, oh, that's the home of our most important architect. And a few years later, they asked him to build another building, and he built the Empress Hotel, which we'll just be crossing our fingers to get a bit of a spot. Looking good, looking good. Have a look at the two killer whales here. Answer me a question here. The little one, is that grass growing out of his head? Does that make you think of a punk haircut? That's what I said. And my 12-year-old said, no, Mom, it's his blowhole. He's blowing it. So it's an ongoing argument. We've lucked out. We've got a nice spot here for our ladies to leave the tours for their tea. You can see the Grand Old Lady Victoria, the Empress Hotel, on our left-hand side. Second masterpiece by our Francis Rattenbury. Now, just reminding everybody, you're all aboard time at 9 o'clock. So if anyone chooses to leave the tour at this moment, we are very happy to have had you along. I hope you had a nice time. Reminding you of the time to get back to your ship. And of course, we will be continuing on to the cruise ship and being back at the cruise ship in approximately 10 minutes. So we're just going to stop here for a quick photo stop for anybody.
All right, here's another way to see the city, huh? There's the big hotel. Going way back to here. Impressive plants out in front. Modern yellow cab. There's the captain of our Land Rover here. This is a cute little thing.
Aren't they cute?
Yeah. Funny, this little, like a water taxi.
It is, and yeah, there's a clipper moving out as well, so lots of activity in the harbor.
Oh, yeah.
On Sunday mornings, they get together and do a little dance.
Oh.
It's called the Water Taxi Ballet, and they go back and forth. Do all these moves.
Beautiful spot, isn't it? That's probably Vancouver right there. There's that Parliament building. And again, the Empress Hotel from standing outside. And this is where we went today. Ducart Gardens, Victoria highlights.